The Feds hit pause, but the European Central Bank is moving forward. Hey guys, article from AP News. The European Central Bank, the ECB, pressed ahead with another interest rate hike Thursday, June 15, 2023, and made clear more are on the way, aiming to crush inflation that is driving up the cost of groceries even after the U.S. Federal Reserve took a break from its own string of increase. The quarter point rate boost to 3.5%. It is the eighth straight increase since July of 2022 for the 20 countries that use the euro currency. That is an unprecedented shift campaign to tighten the flow of credit to the economy as the bank seeks to return inflation to its target of 2% from 6.1%. The ECB president Christine Lagarde said more hikes, including at the bank's next meeting on July 27th of 2023, are in the cards. ECB projections acknowledge that controlling inflation will take months longer, even after the rate has fallen from a double-digit peak late last year. Here are some questions. Are we done yet? Lagarde addresses, no, we are not at destination. She said, do we still have ground to cover? She says, yes, we have ground to cover. Thank you, Ms. Lagarde. I can really appreciate the honesty. So let's get more feedback, guys, and see her and the situation live in action. Editors, roll clip, fair use.
Thank you very much and good afternoon to all of you. The President and I welcome you to our press conference. Inflation has been coming down, but is projected to remain too high for too long. We are determined to ensure that inflation returns to our 2% medium-term target in a timely manner. The Governing Council, therefore, today decided to raise the three key ECB interest rates by 25 basis points. The rate increase today reflects our updated assessment of the inflation outlook, the dynamics of underlying inflation, and the strength of monetary policy transmission. According to the June macroeconomic projections, Eurosystem staff expect headline inflation to average 5.4% in 2023, 3% in 2024, and 2.2% in 2025. Indicators of underlying price pressures remain strong, although some show tentative signs of softening. Staff have revised up their projections for inflation, excluding energy and food, especially for this year and next, owing to past upward surprises and the implications of the robust labour market for the speed of disinflation. They now see it reaching 5.1% in 2023, before it declines to 3% in 2024 and 2.3% in 2025. Staff have slightly lowered their economic growth projections for this year and next. They now expect the economy to grow by 0.9% in 2023, 1.5% in 2024, and 1.6% in 2025. At the same time, our past rate increases are being transmitted forcefully to financing conditions and are gradually having an impact across the economy. Borrowing costs have increased steeply, and growth in loans is slowing. Tighter financing conditions are a key reason why inflation is projected to decline further towards our target, as they are expected to increasingly dampen demand.
Inflation is lingering. The European Central Bank, the Federal Reserve, and the Bank of England have all raised rates. Even the Bank of Japan is considering unravelling its decades-long ultra-loose monetary policy. The question now is, how long will policies have to stay in restrictive territory to bring inflation back to institutions' 2% goals? And is it possible to do so without creating a recession? Ladies and gentlemen, the members of our next panel will bear a great deal of responsibility for bringing inflation back down to 2, and not only that, but keeping it there. Sarah Eisen, the closing bell anchor at CNBC, will be moderating this session. Sarah, over to you.
Thank you so much, Claire. And let me just say, as a business and financial journalist who started out in foreign exchange, this is pretty much as good as it gets. So thank you for having me talking to the Big Four today. And what I love, I'm excited for this conversation because it's always fun when everybody's in different places and going at different speeds and maybe disagreeing, if you dare to do so today. So thank you all. President Lagarde, I'll start with you as the host of this meeting. On The View from Europe, I'm curious where all of you are in terms of this policy path. We've certainly seen a fight against inflation. You've been very clear that there's more work to do. How much more?
Thank you so much, Sarah. It's very nice having you in this closing moment. And I'll take this opportunity to thank all the contributors, those who have prepared papers, those who have worked with the presenters, and all the panel members. It's been really, really a rich conference, and I want to thank you. So, as far as the European Central Bank is concerned and the Eurosystem at large, we have covered a lot of ground. We have increased our interest rates by no less than 400 basis points in very short order, less than a year, and we still have ground to cover. And I think that, as I said earlier on, we are data dependent. We will decide on a meeting-by-meeting basis, but we know that we have ground to cover. And if our baseline stands, then we also know that we will very likely hike again in July.
What about September?
That I will not tell you, and for a very simple reason that I just mentioned. We are data dependent. We'll decide meeting by meeting, and we'll tell you. For the September meeting, we will have received a lot more data, information, survey results, and it's going to be another projection meeting prepared by the staff of the ECB. So we will have a lot in our hands to make our decision then. Two sources of uncertainty affect the level, the desired level and length of our interest rate policies. First, since we face uncertainty about the persistence of inflation, the level at which rates peak will be state contingent. And it will depend on how the economy and various forces that I have described evolve over time. And it will have to be continuously reassessed. Under these conditions, it is unlikely that in the near future, the central bank will be able to state with full confidence that the peak rates have indeed been reached. And this is why our policy needs to be decided meeting by meeting and has to remain data dependent. Second, we face uncertainty about the strength of monetary policy transmission. The strength of transmission connects current decisions with expectations of future policy and therefore affects the policy stance. How strong transmissions turn out to be in practice will determine the effect of a given rate hike on inflation, and this will be reflected in the expected policy path. Uncertainty about transmission arises from the fact that the euro area has not been through a sustained phase of rate hikes since the mid-2000s and has never seen rates move so fast, so quickly.
Hey guys, it's Jose, your regular Joe Blow again, keeping an eye out and my ears open to this month's Fed pause following the ECB's decision to actually stay on course with much more ground to cover and a long time coming to see the ECB's projected 2% goal. In the meantime, guys, do your own research, get your affairs in order, because you really can't help anyone if you're not in good standing financially, physically, mentally, and spiritually. This is my wishes to you all, guys. Thank you always for the support. It's truly a privilege and gratifying to serve you guys because you let me do my best to bring you my best. Thank you guys again. Stay free.
It ain't hard to tell. I excel, then prevail.